Welcome to Tater Time Football, where we talk about everything around football. Here's your host, Tater Tot.
Hey guys, welcome to Tater Time Football. This is another week of bowl games that we have going on. I actually just recorded the video and then forgot to press record.
No. We talked about the whole video and we forgot to push the record button.
But, a little technical difficulties. I am sorry. But we're going to clean this up a little bit anyway. Kind of give us a little test run. But here we go with our picks. We have North Texas and Texas State in the First Responders Bowl.
Give me the North Texas.
All right, I'm going to go Texas State. Now you have the Duke's Mayo Bowl with Minnesota and Virginia Tech.
Minnesota.
I'm going to go Minnesota as well because I like the coach there. He actually, AJ used to tell me that he was a lot like Nick Saban, but he didn't say he was, capable of being that good yet. He was just has a record of it. Now you have the Bahama Bowl, Buffalo and Liberty. USA.
Give me Liberty
USA.
or give me death.
Give me Liberty, yes. And I almost went to school there too. And I got accepted and then I just didn't go.
Shame.
But now this is kind of out of the ordinary. We are going to cover the FCS championship. North Dakota State and Montana State. Who do you have?
Go Montana.
I can go North Dakota State just because of the record they have. They've won 9 of the last 11 national championships. So, I'm of course going to pick them here.
Shame.
It's not the only
bandwagon.
Yeah, I'm not a bandwagon. But I do, like I was telling you though, I like the Jackrabbits that are also they're their rival because they're South Dakota. And
you like
got
the
North
Dakotas.
Dakota. So I just like the colors, man. Green, yellow, the bison. And they also play in a dome like Syracuse. Now, on January 9th, Penn State and Notre Dame will play in the Orange Bowl semifinal game. Who do you got here?
Got Notre Dame beating the Nittany Lions.
Okay. I'm going to go with Penn State here for the good old Tater. But I will give Notre Dame the possibility of winning. It could be like one of those really hard-fought games between the two because they're going to be it's going to be pretty much smash-mouth football. And I really want to see what they both bring to the table. May the better team win. But the reason why I would say I wouldn't care between the two is one of those two I want to win the national title, okay? That's as simple as it is. You got Notre Dame on one end, which is your dad's team. Out of all due respect to your dad and everything and your family, because I know y'all originate from Indiana. So
They do, at least.
Oh, well, they do, at least. Well, you're part of it.
Well, he does, I should say. He does.
But, I just think either one I would be okay with winning this game. But Penn State, come on. For the Tater. And now you have the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Texas in the Cotton Bowl semifinal game.
Said it before, and I'll say it again. There's no way Texas beats Ohio State. Not with the shape they're in.
The eyes of Texas are upon. Never mind. Never mind. Just like my team, my wife. But I just don't think Texas got what it takes.
No.
I'm not saying due to the fact of the Arizona State game, because Arizona State just showed up and they actually looked good in that game against Texas. But still couldn't pull out a win. But you want to talk about a little bit, like now that we did all the picks, let's go up to the not the quarterfinals that we just watched and experienced. Penn State beat Boise 31-14. What do you got to say about that?
I mean, it's about. I said that they were going to lose by 20, so I was close to 17.
Mm-hmm.
Boise had a great year.
Okay.
Jonte, dude's a beast. I think honestly he should have won the Heisman.
Yeah.
But that's a different story. They're just not one of the power teams yet. I mean, there's just not.
They're getting.
When you measure the amount of talent, you just can't compare when they're like 2 to 3 freaking strings deep compared to Boise, maybe 1.5.
Yeah. And there you go. That's proven a lot this year. Alabama, USF game, all this other stuff. It's like their first 20 some odd guys are great, and then it goes to the toilet. It's like the depth isn't there. But there again, they are building, and this is just another thing showing that there's teams that are coming out of the woodworks that are getting better. It's like they may not be there yet, but they'll get there one day. And I get a lot of people were pulling for Boise because they were a underdog really in any of this. They were more of an underdog than Arizona State, because Arizona State's proved all year that they could hang with big dogs. But people overlooked them too. No one talked about those two teams. They were about the only two underdogs in the whole entire thing, besides SMU.
Yeah.
But, it's just, that's what I got to say about that. And then Texas, Arizona State. Texas, like we were talking about earlier, Texas almost lost in overtime.
Yeah.
Should have happened, but you want to know what the reasons why are. Me and Cole even said this together. Is when you have a bunch of guys sit out, you're not going to have a good game.
You're not the same team.
You're a different team than what you were earlier in the season.
I mean, people can say, well, it was just one play. It was just their top receiver that sat out. Yeah. Ask Alabama how that went when, we had, J-Mo and Devontae Smith go out, and we had to play Georgia.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's might be one or two key players. Yeah, that makes a difference.
It does.
Man, one key player, Arizona State might beat Texas by 2 touchdowns.
Like a daggum flat tire. It's like almost like running over a spike.
Well, I got 3, but that one over there is flat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you just hit a spike strip. Here you go. Oh, no. Okay, so I think we could all agree with this. And then same thing with the Ohio State-Oregon game. It was 41-21. Oregon had a bunch of guys sit out as well. And key players at that. And they lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not the same, like you just said, they're not the same team without what they do, without their players. But then you have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish versus Georgia. Georgia tonight, I don't know what was going on except their quarterback situation. That's really player. The only thing that hurt them, to be honest. That's what hurt Alabama this year. People.
We had 2 running backs back there the whole year.
Everybody wants to sit here and say you don't want to talk about Alabama, but at the same time, it's like at the trash I've heard about Alabama, it's like, yes, I'm going to bring to light what I think about Alabama football because.
Hey man, we did pretty good for having 2 running backs back there all year.
It's like social media is always talking about bashing Alabama for not doing good this year.
Mm-hmm.
But in all reality, I'm glad we lost. I'm not saying I want to lose, but I'm still going to support my team still going to support every one of the guys because not all of them sat out.
Yeah.
You know, at least they tried to show up. And Malachi Moore, he sat out because he didn't want to get hurt. Good riddance. I got tired of hearing how good he was, but his discipline, like, no matter how good you are, if you're not disciplined, I don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're making a mockery of yourself, your family, and everything else just by the way you act. And it's like there was a little girl that he was, you know, talking about, you know, that he supported and this and that. Well, it's like when you act like that on the field, is that really good for that girl's, like, you know, memory? Like, come on, man. It's like act a little bit better. But there again, let's get into what I really think about what the core issue was. He's been the core issue the whole freaking year. He's either won us the game or he's lost us the game.
Yeah.
And who do you think that almighty name is? Milroe. Like, people want to say that he's a quarterback. The kid's never been a quarterback. It's like, yeah, like 1 minute he's good, 1 minute he's not. He's freaking bipolar. It's like 1 minute you're trash, 1 minute, oh, you're really good. And it's like, it makes you want to pull your hair out, man. And it's like I've seen multiple coaches, when their quarterbacks mess up during the season, they pull them. And it's either your backup's going to do good or they're going to be trashed worse than your quarterback. And then you just stick with what you got. Okay? Just show the people what you have. It's like, at least try something other than making the same decision over and over, because that is the root of insanity. It's like you keep making the same decision, you get the same result. Why are you going to keep the person in there? It's like, try something. It's like, I cannot even tell you how many countless times I've seen some crazy plays. Like, for instance, tonight, you know, Notre Dame, I liked the little play that they did for the punt, or they did a fake punt. And it worked. Like, I mean, what they did is they act like they were about to punt, and then they did a change out real fast, and then Georgia's over here freaking out and everything, and then they got a first down.
Yeah.
It's like, catch them off, or catch them either offsides or get them all freaked out, and then it's that easy to freak. Like, once you freak them out, it's like so much easier to control what you're trying to do. But that's all I really have to say about the whole Alabama game. But as of right now, I am predicting Penn State and Ohio State in the national title. So, take it or leave it, Mr. Man. We'll see who wins.
We're butting heads right now.
Yeah. The only team that we picked, man, was, you know, Texas losing. But, you know, on the other side of the bracket, not so much. It's kind of a coin toss on that part.
Yep.
But who do you think will win it all, though?
I think Ohio State might win it all.
Okay. I would have to agree for JC's sake. But I'm going to leave off with that. Thank y'all for watching. This is my co-host, Cole. We have had a great time doing all this season. I may be in a new studio next week. And just a reminder, we will have a last video after the playoffs are finished. So, see y'all next time. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and see y'all in the next one.